Creating mockups for your print-on-demand business is the best way to showcase your product in a really powerful way. And Glorify makes it super easy for you to do just that with hardly any design skills at all. So check out this video on how you can use our apparel mockups with Glorify's native library to beautifully showcase your fashion brand. Now, if you don't have a Glorify account already, click the link in the description and create an account for free, then come back to this video and follow along with me. All right, as you can see, we're inside of Glorify. I've just drawn a canvas on my page. We've got a 2000 by 2000 size canvas, which is perfect. We'll go ahead and add our mockups. We'll go ahead over to the libraries menu, scroll down to basics, and under basics, you'll see mockups. We'll click mockups and you'll see all the different sort of 3D models that we use easily create product mockups for. We've got digital screens, frames, bottles, billboards, bags, and so much more. In this case, I'm going to go straight to apparel because we're going to be, in this use case, we're showing you how you can design apparel mockups for your print-on-demand business. And we've got a plenty of different options over here. As you can see, your basic t-shirts, your sort of long sleeve sweaters, you got hats and things like that. Very soon we'll be releasing hoodies and things like that, so do stay tuned. But for now, we're going to stick to a simple t-shirt. So let me go ahead and drag a couple of these mockups. We'll drag this one and we'll drag this isometric one, which is pretty cool. Perfect. Now let's close this. Now in this video, what I'm going to try to focus on is starting a print-on-demand design from scratch, and then we'll move on to utilizing a design on an existing print-on-demand store. So from starting from scratch, you've got the mockup over here. So what I'd like to typically do is open the mockup canvas. So once you click the mockup element, you'll see on the right-hand side on the edit panel, you can edit the inside print and the outside print. We'll go straight for the outside t-shirt print, and it'll open the second canvas next to it. We'll move this along, and then as you design, you'll be able to see it come into the t-shirt directly. So let's go ahead and create a little cool pattern over here. I'm going to draw this down, maybe center it up. Perfect. We'll add some cool gradient style on it. So I'm just experimenting over here. We'll try to pick some cool colors that really pop. I'm going to go straight for the default colors, and in fact, let's go a bit more vibrant on this one. So nice little deep pinks. We'll add another color in the middle to fade it out. There we go. And let's bring that a bit on the sort of lighter blue side. You can play around with this as much as you like, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. From here, what I'll do is I'll duplicate it, and I'm going to try something where I sort of rotate this a little bit and perhaps use different colors on this version. So let's go a bit chaotic with this one. So let's try like an orangish vibe on this side of the spectrum. There we go. And this one can be on the yellow side. We can got this kind of deeper blue or green, let's say. Perfect. So this is interesting. I'm going to scale this down, and we'll try implement this in an abstract form of some sorts. Let's see if I can make these kind of shapes play together. Beautiful. Okay, this is coming along pretty interesting. So we'll add another shape and try this out and rotate it. Again, we'll go for gradient. I'm going to go with red, and the center could be this red is a bit too overpowering. Let's try something a bit faded. There we go. So somewhere around there. It's interesting. There we go. Beautiful. Love it. We can increase this, by the way, because this is a polygon. If you want to change the shape into like a hexagon, you got the freedom to do that, and that looks pretty interesting as well. But I like how these colors have come together. Just experimenting with gradients has done pretty well. I can go ahead and group these together, and we can center this up, and we can scale it down so that it's not taking up too much of the t-shirt. It might be a bit overwhelming for anyone wearing it. I think just having it decent size would be good. And this could be literally exported with a few options. You can do PDF or SVG or SVG PDF, depending on the print on demand company you're working with, how they prefer this format to be. Now instantly what you can also do, so here's one version. So let's go and create some mock-ups of this t-shirt. So here's my t-shirt design. We'll go ahead and add a new canvas. And let's browse sizes, and I'm going to choose like maybe Instagram story, perhaps, if I can find that story post, resize it. There we go. And I'll drop this t-shirt inside the middle. So you can easily create promotional materials of your print on demand business. Let's make it a bit subtle and maybe a gradient again with a linear. Let's make the background a bit pop. Okay, so that's interesting. Just a little bit dark, but not overly or not overbearing. So we just wanna, you know what we can do? We can make this design fade at the bottom like that, so it's a bit of a glow. In fact, let's go for a more warmer tone at the bottom. See if that helps the design a bit more. So nice little texture at the bottom to give it that kind of organic feel. Scale this up a bit bigger. There we go. And then you can add some typography, some text, whatever you prefer. So for example, new sale, can do that. Boom, we'll go with the Monument font. It's really great for like sales. This is my brand font that I'm using. New sale. 25% off, something along those lines. And then we can bring that text at the top and give the probably brand name, you know. Let's call it Shape Shirts. There we go. So pretty proud of that. So here's my little design. You know what? I think this gradient needs to match the t-shirt a bit more. It's a nice little fade, but I think maybe it's a bit off. So I'm going to pick this gradient color and go for the yellow in the t-shirt and maybe add one other gradient that can make this thing look a bit more matching, let's say. So let me try that. So this pink over here, I'm going to pick the green. There we go. So that looks a bit more like it's part of the same, you know, style, you know, if that makes sense. Otherwise, it kind of feels like it goes a little bit off, which is not what we want. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm happy with that. Now let's duplicate this and we'll try one more t-shirt mock-up. This time I'm going to delete this and we'll go with the isometric version. Edit content. Again, it's as simple as once you got your print on demand design, it's about taking it and going boom, duplicate and stick it in there. Select the t-shirt and then click enter. Obviously position it in the right. I think it's a bit too low. So get it in the right position depending on the mockup you're using. And literally from there you can go and click enter and it's ready to go. Now, again, the great news of working with mockups is that once you got your ads ready, just duplicate these, move along. And from here, what you can do is edit the t-shirt. And let's say you wanted to make a black t-shirt instead, just add a black background on the t-shirt. You know, make it a bit on the lighter hue. Don't make it fully black, otherwise it will just look, it'll disappear. So this code is a good black, for example. And then what you should do is also reflect that black in the inside print. So take this code, paste it, click done. When you're done, boom, there we go. In fact, the inside print could be slightly darker, I think, just to make it pop. So yeah, that's better. There we go. So there we go as an example. Last but not least, let's try out something different as well. Let's go and find a print on demand store and add the design in there. It's really as easy as print on demand shop. Okay, so here's a print on demand t-shirt, as you can see over here. There's a bunch of funny t-shirts over here, as you can see. I think I'll go for this one. I have neither time nor the crayons to explain it to you. I love this. Okay, let's go ahead and screenshot this. So if you're running a print on demand business, obviously you should have your original design files, but in this case, I'll just do a snapshot. And we can simply go ahead, click edit the content, delete this one, paste this in, boom, center this up, make sure it's in the right position. Now you can see it start to formulate in the mockup. Put it in the right place and add the black, select the black from the actual t-shirt itself so that it matches 100%. And there we go. The other thing we could do is there's a little bit of this background, as you can see on this image, that's not good. So we'll go ahead and click the remove background tool to remove the background. Hopefully it does a very clean job. Let's have a look. Yeah, beautifully done. Looks great. And if you want to test that, I think it might be worth trying a background, see what it looks like. It looks fantastic. So go back to transparent and we'll hit done, generate the image. Boom, background is cleaned off and it looks beautiful on the mockup, right? The only thing left is do the inside print, make that color select. I'm going to select again the background of the original t-shirt and we've got this other mockup. And look how beautifully organic it looks. It looks super hyper realistic. So that's it, guys. As you can see, it's super easy to create beautiful product mockups of your print on demand products, whether you're running a t-shirt store or some other kind of apparel or accessory. You know, Glorify has got all the tools you need to both design your products from scratch and then mock them up for your marketing assets. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Do check out these other recommended videos. I'm sure you're gonna dig them. And subscribe to stay notified for future videos. That's it for now and stay glorious.